So, half battery now, twice at 220 and once at 340. Hey everyone, Brian and Jeff with WorkshopAddict.com, and we have in front of us Ridgid's new Octane Brushless 18 volt 7-inch grinder. This is model number R88040B. This thing looks different than a normal 7-inch grinder.
It's a little bigger and you got 2 batteries stacked on it.
That is what is weird, huh?
Yeah.
You can run this off of 1 octane battery or 2 octane batteries or 2 normal batteries.
But not 1 normal battery.
So it's a little bit different as to how it works, but they have this set up so that you're basically drawing off whatever 2 batteries are in there at the same amount. If one were to go dead as it was in there and the other one was still alive, as we put one in that had 1 bar and then we put a new battery in it, it kicks up the power until the one's dead and then draws off the other battery.
It gives you more options, but you're still, you're pulling 2 batteries.
There is a definite difference between having 1 octane battery in here and 2
octane, yes, definitely.
And there is a definite difference between having 2 standard batteries in
and 1 octane.
So there's a little chart on the box that kind of says, okay, you're going to get this far with 2 batteries, this far with 1 octane, and this far with 2. It's definitely right. It's perfect. It's the great scenario of how this thing works. It's just cool. If you're into grinding, it's a big tool. If you need a 7-inch grinder, it gives you the cordless option.
But don't be scared because there's some weight behind it. You put 2 9 amps on there, it puts some weight to it.
But it is balanced.
Yes, with the 9s, it's balanced right very well. You pull one of them off, it takes that balance away a little bit.
It is nose heavy at that point. So this is similar to what they did earlier with the Octane 4.5-inch grinder, where you have a red light here that lets you know if you're overloading the machine slightly, which we seen. We never had a cutout, but every once in a while you had a weld, you had a grinding that weld down, and every once in a while you'd skip over and it would catch and it would throw it on.
You know, with a new grinding wheel, you've got a 90-degree square edge, and it'll really cut and it'll start to bite right there. And that's when I seen the light come on the most.
After that,
once you got the taper wore into the new wheel, I didn't see it anymore.
No. So this is still a 5/8-inch arbor. You have 6,600 RPM no load speed. It's got a tool-free guard that I would say is exactly like the Milwaukee. It's interesting how some of this works. And I guess if you guys are into the Bluetooth stuff, you can Bluetooth into the battery, have it set alerts, and get into the tool. You really can't change much in the tool that we have found. We have not spent a lot of time in the Bluetooth app. This is just one of those tools where you grab onto it and you're like, yes, let's get our work done and move on. So we were grinding basically, what was that, a lintel?
It was a concrete threshold plate that you would pour concrete underneath and give you a steel plate. We were grinding the fasteners off, or the pins that the concrete binds to.
So trying to get this into a usable piece of iron for us, and it did very well. We did a lot of different testing here to try to come up with some numbers to give you guys some ideas as to what was going to happen. And in doing so many different combinations, it kind of, we ground and ground and ground. You're going to probably be watching what looks like the same thing over, but we just spent a ton of time getting this piece of iron correct for us.
It was the same thing over and over and over again, but it was with different battery combinations each time.
Which made it perfect because we could get a feel of what was happening for everything. So to start out, 2 9-amp-hour batteries is going to get you approximately 20 minutes of runtime if you're continuously grinding.
Yes.
We found on this that if you grind for a while and then stop,
your batteries
kind of
come back.
You must be draining them quite fast and quite hard. So let's move on again. If you have 1 6-amp-hour battery in here, it'll take you approximately 3 minutes, 40 seconds to bring it down to 1 bar. And there's a significant change in how the tool sounds.
It's like the RPM is decreased.
It's like 3/4 speed is what it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Yeah, and you feel that in the way the tool is operating and the amount of material you're removing.
It still seemed to work well. It was just not the same.
It just might take you a little bit longer than if you had 2 6s or 2 9s on there.
And then we also ran with 2 5 amp-hour batteries in
Non-octane.
non-octane, yep. And just found it's 4 minutes to 1 bar. And when we say 1 bar, we're getting to a point where we're grinding and we really notice the tool slowing down.
Yeah, it wasn't performing well at all anymore at that point.
So we could have kept going for longer to drain the battery completely. We didn't. So it's kind of a weird thing. And we had that same thing. We had 1 9 amp-hour battery on there. You remember grinding with that for a while. It still was at 3/4 speed is what it was, but we ground for a significant amount of time. I don't remember what it was, and we got it down to 1 bar. We went from 3 bars to 1 bar, and I think that might have been 4 minutes again.
Yep.
But then we get back here,
And
after letting it sit for a while, in both 9 amp-hours now have 2 bars. So there's probably some things going on with the 21700s that are in this octane where we're drawing a significant load from them and then they're recovering, because some of the 6 amp-hours that we drew down, I mean, this 6 amp-hour says full.
right.
And we were by far down to halves on most of them.
That's 3. That's a 5. And that we drew down to 1.
Yeah, here's a 2, and we had this one dead.
So
There's a lot of power going into this unit, which works. So if you sit behind a 7-inch grinder all day, I'm sorry.
yeah, our hats off to you. At my age, I wouldn't want to do that anymore. I'd spent plenty of time in my younger years on a grinder, fabricating and that, and I just wouldn't want to run this guy all day. It's just too heavy.
Is it much heavier than a corded model?
Probably not. It's far more balanced than a corded. Because in a corded, all your weight's up here.
Towards the front.
Yeah, where this is balanced. It's a little easier to hold on to. It does have a little bit of vibration, which most grinders do, depending on what type of material you're working on, kind of grinding wheel you've got. It does do very well for what it is. It's just, personally, I would...
You don't want to grind.
I told you earlier, I would go to a 4-inch grinder if it takes me 3 minutes longer to do the job. It's not beating you up as bad.
The fatigue portion, I get that. And there's a time and a place for this 7-inch grinder, and if that's what you're doing and that's what you're using and that's what you want to use for what's happening or what you need, this does have the power to do it, there's no doubt. Like any other grinder that we've done, and we did some tests on standard grinders. We did the DeWalt FlexVolt up against, at that time, what would be now Metabo HPT, but we did the Hitachi grinder, we had the Milwaukee grinder, and oddly enough, grinding weld, they all ran for approximately 3 minutes, 30 seconds.
On the same battery.
Same battery. Now, we didn't have the 12 amp-hour batteries or the 6 amp-hour batteries back then. That was all 5s, except for DeWalt's 6 amp-hour FlexVolt. So if you look at it this way, you're getting 20 minutes out of 2 9s, which is good. Or if you wanted to put 2 6s on there, I don't remember the times that we got on that one. I apologize. There were so many things that we were testing. It was significant. You're going to get in the 15-minute area, so you're getting a lot more.
And you are running a 7-inch wheel over a 4-inch wheel.
So you're getting a lot more out of this guy. It's just a matter of more batteries.
And what you're using it for. You know, the size of it itself, you're not going to get into a small area.
Right.
Which the larger the grinder of any type, 7, 8, whatever, you got to think about where you're using it. But it's definitely got the power to get the job done.
The guy back in the corner over here keeps asking us to talk about Ridgid Milwaukee and why Ridgid.
Well, we've said this many times. You would think that this guy would be red.
It's odd. TTI builds Ridgid Ryobi Milwaukee. We get it. This is a higher end construction tool is what we look at it. If you're gonna have it in the shop. Most guys are gonna really wanna say, I don't need a cordless grinder, because if they're using something this size, they're grinding for a significant period of time and they couldn't keep the batteries flowing fast enough.
I don't see this in a shop application. I see this more in the construction field on a job site somewhere where power isn't readily available, or if you're up in a man basket or something where you're not dragging cords, this is going to do the job for you.
So the Ridgid Octane line is coming out with these larger construction related tools that are less of the DIY section. That I think is why we're talking about why isn't it Milwaukee, but I think they needed both batteries here to get all that power. Because if you just ran it on one, even the 9 amp hour, it just didn't give you enough and the runtime was so quick.
Right.
So that second battery made so much of a difference by what seemed like tripling your runtime and giving you 25 to 30% more power.
Minimum, yes.
That's
surprising.
why it's not red at this point. I don't think Milwaukee's ready to say this is a 2 battery tool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ever going to be ready to do that. You would have thought if they would have a big table saw. They'd have a bunch of different things. But
if Milwaukee does come out with a dual battery grinder and you put 2 12s in it, that's going to be a beast. I mean, it's going to be heavy.
Yeah, it's going to be heavy and it could be big. But as far as Ridgid goes, people are going to probably bag on us for saying this is, Ridgid is not on the job site. I fully disagree and I think Ridgid is on the job site. Every
definitely.
single concrete contractor that I know of uses Ridgid.
I'm on job sites daily and I see Ridgid all the time.
So why does it surprise us that we see this?
It should.
Yeah, but it did.
Well, we're going to leave it up to them and see.
So
what do you tell us about it?
What's your comments on that? What do you think? Is this why? Why are we seeing these big construction tools from Ridgid now? The Octane batteries are no joke. This is awesome. This was a blast to work with. We got to reclaim some metal that we need for some other projects and just get something that was affordable for us. And this tool allowed us to get through that. So give us your comments on what you think about all this whole video, because I think everything here rocked. I wouldn't ask them to do anything different on this tool. Even the trigger, how they have the safety, it's just a slight push forward.
It's very simple. There's none of that flap and no. And it's still got the 3-position handle, your arbor lock, everything is.
It's done right.
Yeah, it's your 4-inch grinder just made bigger.
And this red light is not big and obtrusive. Maybe it's because it's the same size as the other one and it's a much bigger grinder. It didn't take your eyes away. Everything was great. Will you buy it? That's what I want to know. Will you buy it? Are you surprised it's from Ridgid? What do you think of the 2 battery tools?
And what are you going to use it on?
Yeah.
Give us some input.
Truthfully, if you grind all day, that'd suck.
We're sorry again if that's what you do all day, but.
Guys, give us a like in this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thanks for your time with us. We always appreciate your support and we appreciate bringing this news to you. Again, man, have a great day.